2 is happy hour. I will be indulging later on tonight. Oh, I have to catch my breath before I try and talk to you about what this is. Okay, you're in A-WOL space. My name is Liz. I am a company member here, an aerialist at the company, also a dancer. We do multiple different types of aerial and dance. And I'm also the aero instructor, which I'll talk about a little bit later. It is hard to talk and breathe at the same time. We wanted to invite you here to give you kind of like an insider look at what A-WOL is and what we're about and what we do and where we're at with this whole COVID-19 situation. I know we're all like in a different place than we usually are for that. Speaking of being in different places, usually I'm here every day. I have not been here in a long time and it's super weird. There's nobody here. It's like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. on a Monday. We're usually like packed with people, packed with kids. Aerial yoga is happening, parents in the lobby, and it's like desolate, it's super weird. We can't wait to open our doors again, and I'm sure our community feels the same way. If you want to, help us make it that far, you can go to our fundraiser on Mighty Cause. You can find it through our website at awoldance.org. Yeah. So a little bit about A-WOL. We are an aerial dance company. That's how we started a long time ago, 16 years ago, I think. And we started like a little baby company. There were 4 founding members, and now we are this giant, it feels giant to me, production of, we have the company. We have another performance company called Circus Rose. We have a training company for adults called FlyCo, and then we have a training company for youth called Eros, which I am the director of. There's many moving parts. If you're not part of one of those companies, you can also just come take class here. We have lots of people who come in once, twice, 3 times a week, once a month to take classes and just be a part of what we've built here, which is something I'm really happy to be a part of. Let's see, a little more about me. It's my happy hour. I grew up in Colorado as a dancer, a modern dancer, like Martha Graham, Horton. But I went to Eugene, to the University of Oregon, and did the dance program there. Once I finished there, I made the easy hop, skip, and a jump up to Portland, where I found A-WOL. When I auditioned for FlyCo, the adult training company, I had never done anything like this before. It was like on a whim. I had a friend from college who had auditioned for the company and was super excited about it. It was like, you should audition. Shout out to Olivia. And then I also had a friend who I had just started working with at a fitness studio who was like, yes, you should audition for A-WOL. And I was like, all right, must have to do it. Shout out to Rachel. So combined forces of Rachel and Olivia, they peer pressured me into auditioning for A-WOL. And they were like, first day I tried, they're like, okay, if you have aerial experience, you go over here. If you don't, you go over here. And in that particular audition, I was the single person who had no aerial experience. So I was in the corner, trying to learn how to climb, looking over at all of these amazing fellow auditionees who were like doing all this crazy stuff up the fabric and on the trapeze, which you just saw me do. And I was like, I don't know about this, but lo and behold, I got the email. They were like, we think you're okay enough to join. We'll teach you everything you don't know. And now I'm here. This is my year 5, year 4 or 3 as a company member. And I'm super excited to be here. So that's a little bit about me and why I'm standing here in front of you, doing this for A-WOL. It's my home, it's my family, it's my job, and I love every part of it. Let's see. What else am I supposed to talk about? Well, why don't we start with a tour and I can kind of talk as we go through our tour. So what you see here is our main warehouse, what we call our main warehouse. On the other side of the camera is our mat floor where we do like acro and tumbling. It's just a little softer, a little more forgiving in the floor area. We also do flexibility, that kind of thing there. We have lots of different things hanging from the ceiling. There's fabric, there's trapeze, there's a hand loop in this corner over here. Hand in it, and it loops. Hand loop, edit. We have our scaffolding, which we used in our previous show. It also helps us move. You can also maybe see, maybe not see, we have lots of theater-style lighting. And one of our secret parts of the warehouse is all of these walls here actually come off entirely. They go over there to build a riser stadium, and we turn this whole warehouse into a like little black box theater. It's pretty awesome to see it transformed in both ways. Let's go to the annex. Transform the space to be a theater, it turns into kind of our lobby area. Behind the curtains over here is our garage space. It's a little messy, maybe you don't need to see it, but we also have a Chinese pole, which is awesome. We have a couple people who do Chinese pole here, and so we have that for them. Other things that happen in this space are any form of our classes can be here. We have classes from little tiny 4-year-olds all the way up to adults of any age. We have classes for everyone. Everybody's welcome here, and we really are happy to provide a space for everyone to do area. It's awesome. Some of the classes include fabric, which is like, you know, the classic long, some people call them curtains. They're definitely not for your window. You should probably climb on them instead, and you can learn how. So that's one. We have trapeze, which is what you saw me on the very first thing. We have a lira, or aerial hoop, which is a nice big circle, or small circle, it could be small too, hung at 1 or 2 points. We have sling, or aerial hammock, which is this thing here. And we also teach aerial yoga in these, as well as have them at a higher height for a different kind of class there. We have acro on the floor, we have dance, which is why we have these nice marley floors. And what am I missing? Flexibility, really any kind of movement style you want, you can get it here. And we take everyone. And we're gonna move on to our lobby area. Right through here. So when you first come to A-WOL, you'll walk through the door behind me, and there's a nice big, you know, graffiti A-WOL on the side that helps denote our warehouse. And this is our main lobby space. This is where you will see kids putting on their shoes. You'll see Tora at the front desk. You'll see a bunch of parents in and out, a bunch of students in and out. We also have subtenants here. We have different styles of body work. We have acupuncture, and we also have a therapist as well, which they're just here as part of our A-WOL family, and you can come see them from the outside. You don't have to participate in any of our classes to see them, but you can also, as part of our community, have them access to you right in this space. Kind of like a one-stop shop for all of your movement needs, which is nice and fun. All right, moving through here. This is probably the most empty I've ever seen this lobby. Usually it's packed with people. This is our space where if you're a parent, you can kind of hang out and, you know, sit and read your book or do your work while your kid is taking class, or you can wait and do your work while you're waiting for class. It's a nice lobby area space. This is our community board where we have information from all over Portland on shows, on, you know, different programs that are around. There's some A-Loft is in Chicago, and Pro Track is from NECA in, oh gosh, New England, and we have Tempos has their show that has been moved from May to October, and all kinds of different, like there's musicians, there's body workers, there's all kinds of stuff in here. So if you're bored and you're here and you want to look at what some of Portland has to offer, you can browse our community section. Okay, now you're gonna get a real sneak peek into life as an A-WOL company member. Part of that is our dressing room. So when we do shows here, we close this place to the audience members, and we end up turning it sort of into our dressing room. So the lobby turns into our stretch and warm up area, and then this office / storage room turns into our dressing room. Sounds magical. It's almost as magical. All right, this is our dressing room. We pack like 16 hot, sweaty dancers in here to do all our makeup, elbow to elbow. We have some superstitions about seating. You know, you have to sit in the same chair that you start in for the whole run of the show, or, you know, who knows what will happen. Probably nothing bad, it's just a superstition. It's usually like full of bags, and then we have snacks and waters and LaCroix, of course. And costumes are everywhere, and lots of glitter sometimes if we're using glitter for a show, which we often do. Speaking of costumes, check out these. Oh, ooh. So these animal print lovely skirts are for our next production, Art in the Dark. If you have been to an A-WOL show, or if you've been around the Portland dance and aerial community, you've probably heard of Art in the Dark. If not, you'll know, or I'll tell you, that it's one of A-WOL's favorite shows to do. And part of why it's our favorite is we get to rehearse and perform in a park, outside, among the trees and the birds and the animals. We build a full theater outside in Mary S. Young Park. We hire professional riggers that work with trees. They're arborists to hang our cables up in the air. They check the trees so they know how they're doing, since we put some force on them. Not a ton of force, but some force. And then we hire people to build stages, and we build risers, and it's basically like coming into an outdoor theater that's temporary, that we build for people to come see this production. This year, the animal print is alluding to, we are doing a show called Jane, and it's like a pack of wild women that are going to enter the forest in Mary S. Young Park and kind of show you how fierce and wonderful and powerful that all of us women can be. So that's what you have coming for you this August. And we're doing it no matter what form. You can get your tickets now, so if you want to come see it, you can go to our website, awoldance.org, to see, you know, what we have. Other things that you can find on awoldance.org include our class schedule when we are up and running, which we hope to be maybe May, hopefully. I know we all are crossing our fingers about that. Or our live stream classes. So right now, because we are closed and because no one can be here, we are offering free live stream classes from the homes of our instructors to your home via your video device, and you can look up all of that online. And let's see, I'm really missing all the other A-WOL people. It's hard to be here for like an hour and talk about all of them and not think about them. But this is happy hour, not sad hour, so we're gonna move back to the warehouse. Here we go. Believe it or not, that place is pretty clean compared to what it usually is during shows. We explode all over this place. All right, so before I do another demonstration, there are a couple things that usually come up as part of being an aerialist, and I was gonna give you a little nugget about what you can do at home to, you know, either maintain if you're already an aerialist, or start dabbling in the aerial community as far as fitness goes. One of those things, so there's the two things that everybody's like, oh my gosh, they see a show or they see somebody training in a video or something, they're like, you must have the strongest abs. And then the other thing is flexibility, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a second. So I'll show you one very common way that we train our abdominal muscles. It's not just important to do crunches or lift your knees really high, but it's also super important to stabilize through all these crazy forces that we're putting our bodies through. Lots of aerialists do big drops from the ceiling, and you have to be able to hold strong in your core in order to withstand that kind of force. So take a seat. One of the main things that we do, at least at A-WOL and at other places that I've taken class, is a hollow body. And there are many forms of the hollow body. You can do it a ton of different ways. There's hollow bodies for handstands, hollow bodies for, tuck positions, hollow bodies for any type of thing. So I'll go through a few. If you want, you can set your wine down. You can get off your chair or your couch or wherever you are and try this with me. So, first thing you want to do is lay down, and then you're going to curve your torso up, hug my abs in and around. This is going to activate your transverse abdominis and help you stay stable through your whole core, and not just your, your six-pack abs. The transverse abdominis are important too. So this is step one. If you can hold this, you can move on to step two. Step two is drawing one knee at a time in towards your chest. And if you can maintain low back on the floor, abs hugging in, shoulders up, you can move to this step. Okay, next step is extending just one leg, so you can extend it down towards the ground or up towards the air. You gotta go through your checklist. Lower back on the ground, abs in, shoulders up. And then you switch, hold for a certain amount of time. The hardest version of this, or the most progressed version for the moment, is both legs extended, abs hugging down, lower back in, and it's hard to talk while you're doing this, so I'm gonna take a break, but you don't have to. So that's the progression of a hollow body, or one of them. There's, like I said, there's a bunch of ways to do that. Hollow body for your core. The next thing is, and I'll give you a little secret, if you're an audience member, if you're an aerialist, you probably already know this. We, train so many hours a week. We work on our, our injuries that we get. We work on our bodies. We work on everything so intensely to be able to do these really amazing, really hard tricks. And then we go and perform them, and we do all of these really amazing and really hard tricks. And then the thing that gets the most reaction of applauding and cheering is the splits. Everybody loves the splits. We don't know why. I guess because it's tangible. Maybe you're like, I know I can't do the splits. Whereas you've probably never tried a roll up on straps, or whatever super intricate fabric weavy thing you happen to be working on at the moment. But we can't deny it, so we have to give the people what they want. It's the splits. So I'll give you a couple things if you want to work on them at home. They are hard, I guess. That's, it is a fact that they're hard. But if you want to work on them at home, you can start with this. You'll definitely want to warm up before you do any sort of exercise. I'm already warm since I already performed for you once. So I'm just going to start. If you want to, gently follow along, you can. So one way to do this, there are hundreds of ways to do the splits or to start doing the splits. But one of the ways is to start by lifting one leg, maintaining a neutral spine. You can use a strap around your foot, or you can use your hands. I recommend a strap so that you're not compromising your upper body. You're going to pull your leg into a decent amount of stretch. Not like your fullest stretch so you're in this position, but just a regular, you can feel it in the back of your hamstring. And you're going to do a few things here. One is pointing and flexing your top foot. This will help kind of glide your nerves through the sheath that they hold in the back of your leg, which is where you get kind of some of the funny feeling behind your knee. And it'll also help, continue to stretch your calf as well as your hamstring. So that's number one. Start some ankle movement. You can do circles too. in either direction. Nice. Step 2 is to add a little bit of activation to this. So whether you're holding at your thigh, your calf, or on the strap, you're going to press your foot into that strap or your hands and hold it there, maintaining everything else. So you're using all of those muscles in the back that you're stretching in order to resist the pull. You hold for, a count of 10 or a count of 20, and then you release the activation and you should be able to pull your leg a little bit further in. If you do this, you have gained some access to 1/2 of the splits, right? The front leg. The other half of the splits is the back leg. So I'll show you how to do some of that too. No, our lights went out. I'll be right back. I'm back. So, to stretch the back leg, we'll start in a small lunge. Okay? Important thing about this lunge is that your pelvis is in neutral. Shoulders stacked on top of hips. Yeah? This lunge isn't going to be so helpful for stretching this part of your leg. So in this lunge, think of pulling your low abs up and then lengthening through the back. Again, there's lots of things you can do here. You can bend and extend. You can physically grab your hip and kind of pull upwards to get some more stretch. You can deepen it. You can add a back arch. There's several things to do, but in this lunge, you'll want to really almost tuck the hips under to engage that, or to stretch that back leg. Super strong quad and strong torso as you're here. Maybe you do some other things, some jazz hands, some ballet arms, whatever floats your boat. So then you have the front leg and you have the back leg and you're ready to do the splits, maybe. Or you do that for a long time until you can do the splits. So those are 2 things that I recommend, or that aerialists probably do generally every day that they are training. Front leg, back leg splits so that they can get the claps and cheers that everybody wants and deserves, and also a strong core via hollow body to stay safe in the air. All right, let's see. I think I have one more demonstration for you, and this is a little different because I haven't been able to be here training like we usually are. The piece I did earlier is from our most recent show that we did in this space called Attention Everyone. At A-WOL we usually do a spring show, and then we usually do Art in the Dark, and then we also have some other shows, across the year. We do an after-hours show, which is, for adults at Alberta Rose Theatre. We've done other shows too, and we get hired out for corporate gigs. If you want to make your party really fancy, we can help you with aerialists that do the splits in your your holiday party or your fundraiser event, or one of my most favorite gigs that I've ever done is I got hired to be a fairy dancer at a fundraiser at a winery that was also someone's home. But they were throwing this big auction, right? And part of the experience was that we were fairies just like skipping around in pretty costumes all over the place. So that's my claim to fame, is that I went to college to get a degree in dance, and I am a professional fairy frolicker through your fundraising event. But it was fun, and I love doing that kind of stuff. So if you need that, we can do that too. Anyway, haven't been here to train, so I had to make up this entire piece in my head, and I'm just gonna try it and see if it works. The music that you heard before and the music that I'm about to do this, 2 are from last year's Art in the Dark, and it's original music, and 1 cover by Chet Leister, and he's actually doing the music again for Art in the Dark this year. We liked him, so we'll keep him, I guess. No, he makes really great stuff for us, and we really enjoy collaborating with a musician that's like invested in the same vision we are. So I'm gonna cue this up, get started, and you will get to see the premiere, first time ever, for your eyes only, of this fabric piece. All right? have one more thing to show you, and it's a video put together from last year's Art in the Dark, Frost and Fur, music by Chet Leister. Get excited. It's mostly to get you excited for Jane, this year's Art in the Dark 2020, Marriottstown Park, trying to stay strong at home so that we can make that show happen for all of you. Again, if you want to know more about us, or if you want to donate to our fundraiser to keep us alive and keep us, working from home so that we can come back here one day, visit AWOLdance.org, join us in our live stream classes, and buy tickets to Art in the Dark at AWOLdance.org. I'll meet you in the lobby after this clip so that we can enjoy a happy hour beverage together. Check it out.
That's the way to do it.
Hope you enjoyed Art in the Dark, Frost and Fur. Thanks for, touring A-WOL with me. Thanks for letting us in Artslandia. We're super excited to do this. So share with your friends if you want them to see what we're doing. And cheers, happy Monday, y'all.